In this video, the fifth and the last one of the series, I will finish the build of the logging truck trailer from the plans found in this book. In the last video, I drilled holes in the frame for the log brace and the axles, and fixed an issue with the tongue and did a test assembly. Now I'm going to do a final sanding to prep for finish. I just had to disassemble everything here to do a good job. Wheels, axles, and the brace. First off is the frame, which is already in good shape as I had done some sanding on it earlier. And while not shown in the video, the other parts that you see there also just needed a light sanding, such as the wheel faces and the brace. I had already sanded all the parts before I assembled it, so that was all good. Now on to the finishing. I'm using Odie's oil, which has become my favorite finish, and I'll leave a link down in the description below. It's non-toxic, smells great, and keeps the natural color of the cedar. And I don't need to wear gloves or a respirator when I'm putting it on. Makes it much more comfortable. And once everything was covered in oil, I did leave it for about an hour over lunchtime, and then came back and gave everything a good buffing with a soft cotton cloth to remove any excess oil. I'm also trying to avoid putting oil on the places where I'm going to be gluing later. The edge of the wheels really absorbed quite a bit of the oil. Now on to the final assembly. First off, adding the brace. Just a drop or two of wood glue in each hole in the frame. And then I pressed the support dowels of the brace into those holes. Just making sure it's very well attached. And the holes I drilled in the frame are a good depth, so it'll support it well. And I noticed a few spots where I needed to add a little bit more oil. So I just got my pad, which already had enough oil on it, and just rubbed it on the ends of the uprights there. Axles go in, and then the wheels are threaded on. Trying to use the wheels that have a little bit of damage on them on the inside, so they're not as visible. Just spacing them out properly. Just a final check to make sure it rolls okay. Then I took off the outer wheels and I glued them in place. Just with a dab of glue in the hole. Wipe off any excess. And maybe I should have also done the inner wheels, glued them, but the axles are actually quite snug in the holes of the wheels, so it should be okay. This will mainly be a static model, and I did realize that actually putting the glue on the axle is better. Then there's less glue to clean up. Time to attach the trailer with the pin to the truck. However, I noticed an issue where the trailer frame is getting stuck on the truck frame, so it can't pivot well. So I had two options. I could have cut the dado a bit wider on the trailer frame, but instead I grabbed something round, wood filler tube, and I decided to just round off the bottom with a rasp. And that actually ended up working quite well. Bit of additional work, but sometimes these things happen. And yes, I do have a loose dowel on that brace on the truck, which I had to glue back in. So once that was done, the trailer can now pivot properly, as you can see here. I'll just pull the pin out and show you how it looks on the bottom. And here is the final result. I added some logs that are cedar kindling from my firewood pile. And those are just the right size to act as logs. So be sure to check out the other videos in the series, which I'll link to in the description below. And thanks for watching.